this gentleman that joins us now is smart enough to be a lawyer, smart enough to be about anything he wants to be, but he just happens to be one of the best basketball analysts in the biz. Watch out, Jay Billis. Ron Slade joins us now. Ron, how are you, sir? Look at him. He's punching.
Shadow boxing, baby. I'm ready.
Love it. I love it.
Ron, can I get Ron Slade to want to punch me first? Because Ron is in Nashville.
What's going on with me, man? There we go.
There you go. Ron, I know you're a Nashville guy, so I don't know if you know this, Ron. Everybody from Nashville hates me right now because I said that Lipscomb Academy and Innsworth produce some of the most overrated high school football talent in the country. So my question to you is, which one has more overrated talent, Lipscomb or Innsworth?
Just making it worse. Ronnie's making it worse for himself. I got an email from a guy that's from Lipscomb, and he said, "I'll never listen to your show again."
Wow. So guess what? Now, I'm going to be biased in this, man, because I've trained a lot of kids that go to both and coached at Innsworth. I think the problem is you're so used to looking back in the day and you're seeing guys like Corn Elder, Jalen Ramsey, who was at Innsworth, transferred to BA, Big Tiny, that went transferred to Pearl and then went on to UT to play. I forgot Tiny's last name. That's crazy.
Richardson?
Yeah, Tiny Richardson, yeah. So you see that crop come along, and those were at that time, man, this 1 in 100 that you're pulling out of there. And I think the melting pot is so much with people moving to Nashville, you don't get that homegrown talent. But you look at it now, man. Look what you got. You got Tyler Barron. Tyler, I think, had a really, really good season last year. Andre Tarrantine made a terrible mistake going to Ohio State first and then coming back to University of Tennessee. Should have went there first. Wesley Walker, who would have came there. Wesley is a hell of a player. I think when you had the downward part of Tennessee football, I think you kind of lost a lot of guys. Think about how many guys left from Innsworth and Lipscomb that went to Alabama, went to Georgia, went to Mississippi State, all these other SEC teams when you didn't have that gate around, thanks to Jeremy Pruitt saying he don't really want to recruit right here in the state of Tennessee. So you missed out on the good ones, Caleb. That's all it was. They still got them. You just missed out on the good ones. So now it's coming back up, and you're starting to see guys come back, man.
Yeah, you had goofballs like Butch Jones and Derek Dooley doing the
No, Butch Jones did recruit Nashville, and guess what? He turned out to have bust of recruiting classes because of it.
No. Guess what his problem was, Caleb? He recruited stars instead of recruiting players that fit. He recruited if you had a 5-star beside your name, he thought that was going to be better than whatever the 3-star. The 3-star just hadn't been seen as much. That's what Butch's problem was. He was recruiting to keep his job instead of recruiting to fill the stands and get some wins.
There has not been a more true statement ever spoken on this show than what you just said. To the point where he would call recruiting analysts and say, if you don't add this star, if you don't add a star to this guy, we might limit your practice access. That really happened. I mean, seriously, I don't want to go off on a tangent here, but these guys were my friends. You had two people that covered Tennessee for years before Butch Jones was there that left because it was such a nerve-wracking affair. The guy's a sociopath, but we'll move on. So you got a couple of games coming up in Tarleton State, and and then after that, I think they have Norfolk State.
Norfolk State, yeah.
They're going to beat those two teams, right? So let me ask you the major goals right now. Give me 1, 2, or 3 that Tennessee needs to figure out before they start SEC play January the 6th against Ole Miss.
One, I would say rebounding with purpose and dominating in it. I think you can't rely on 1 or 2 guys to be able to go in there and get it. You got to do like what Santi did. You got to go in there and get 9 rebounds. It may not be that many, but you got to be given the effort to go get that, to help out guys like Adu and Tobe Awaka, and really kind of get your impact as far as rebound goes, get that felt on the offensive boards as well. I think that's always a big part to Tennessee's success when you can go out there and offensive rebound. Tobe does a great job of it, but I think effort needs to be given by more Also, you got to be able to keep that balance. So it's only certain people that's supposed to be going to the boards offensively. You got to be able to keep that balance to get back defensively to balance the floor. But it's got to be more of an effort to me in rebounding on both ends of the floor and giving your guys second chances because you shoot the ball too well from three. You got to think about the games where they've been able to stretch out and get away from teams and put a gap in between teams. It's because of the offensive boards that Toby's gotten and being able to kick it out for three. You go back to the Bruce Pearl era, the best time to shoot a three-pointer is off of offensive rebound. You got a lot of great shooters. Go in there, get the rebound, kick it out, you get open three. So that's one. The two is the rotation. Being able to get a rotation down, and I think it needs to be 8 to 9 and not 6 to 7, even if you're punishing guys. So guys got to do what they're supposed to do, not in the games, but in practice for the young guys. They can't stunt their growth by taking a practice off or not going as hard as you're supposed to, where that bleeds over into the game and coach don't want to give you any playing time because you didn't go hard in practice. So now you're stunting your growth by getting that game time experience. So they got to do what they can in practice, lead into these games, show what you can do on that stage when you're playing Norfolk and Tarleton. How you say Tarleton? How you say their name? Yeah, the two schools they playing. So, I
think it's the same way you say it. The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Was that
Carleton?
That's Carleton.
Carleton. Yeah. I think you're right. Good job, Dave. Always finding some similarities.
I would just thought Charleston, South Carolina, but okay.
Yeah, that's what I actually thought of too, Taylor. I like Carleton better though because that resonates with our era. But I think me and Dave, we're old. The third thing I would say, man, is being able to establish Dalton Connect if you're not the leading scorer. What is your impact on the game if you don't happen to be able to have the rhythm that day going into that game? You see the last game, Zakai, and the NC State game, Zakai got rolling, Josiah got going. Santi's comfortable with doing other things. If you're Dalton Connect, if you're not a part of the offense as far as scoring goes, what else are you going to bring to the game? Will it be defensively? Will it be in there getting rebounds? Will it be able to draw guys and kick? Will you be able to be a decoy? Like, what will you be able to bring to the game? And how will everybody else play off of that? I think it's going to be three crucial things moving into conference play.
Ryan, you brought up Zakai, and Tennessee obviously shot very well from three last games. Zakai and Josiah-Jordan James. How much of that had to do with, even though he only scored 4 points, how much did Jonas 3 previous games before then have to do with that? Because it seemed like NC State, much more than other teams, was much more worried about what Jonas Adu would do to them under the basket, which it seemed like it opened up a lot more shots for Zakai and Josiah. Is that a fair statement?
Without question, that was huge. That you don't want to necessarily draw the defense into having to double or anything, but you want them to be aware. If we throw this ball inside and you don't bring a guy digging or a stunt on the other side where when Jonas faces up, he can see help side coming, then he's shown the ability to go off and be able to score and be able to score efficiently. And I think that's huge to be able to have. That's why I also believe that it's huge for Toby Awaka when he gets in, even though he doesn't have a lot of moves in the post, but be able to give him the ball and be comfortable with him missing the shot, making a shot, but being able to keep the defense conscious of we will throw the ball inside. And then off of that, we'll continue to cut and move. Adu is not the best passer in the world, but he is able to give it up, especially when he faces up on the basket and get guys cutting. So you always want that to be a threat. Anytime you can constrict the defense and get them to condense into the paint and then have to get back out. And then you got these guys that pump fake becomes lethal, but it all starts by being able to get paint touches. And if you can't do it by dribble penetration, it's always good to have somebody to throw it into.
If you want to hear from Ron week in and week out, hit that like and subscribe button. Be sure and turn your notifications on. His appearance is brought to you by Dynasty Pools and Spas. Imagine having the best spas right here, made in the United States in your backyard. They're in Athens. They have a showroom and they deliver. DynastySpas.com. Also the best chemicals for your spas and pools. DynastySpas.com. It's right down below if you need to click on it. With Zakai Ziegler, what's his ceiling? And what does Rick Barnes expect out of him?
I think Rick Barnes, let's go with what he expects first. I think he expects him to be able to handle the ball without turning it over, get guys lined up, similar to what the quarterback is expected to do, or if talking about Tennessee football, what the center is expected to do, kind of be that anchor and the leadership that when he's not on the court and be that voice, be able to get the message out and echo exactly what Coach Barnes wants to happen. And if he can't get to Coach Barnes, be able to take over and take the reins and tell the guys, hey man, this is what we need to lean into. Dalton Connect has to adjust when the film gets out. It's difficult to go through the conference play averaging 20. You know what I mean? Like it's rarely done. And you've had guys who won back-to-back SEC Player of the Year that didn't average 19. You know what I'm saying? So it lets you know how difficult it is to do that. So Zakai is a guy, when you're coming off an ACL surgery, the first thing you do when you're getting back healthy, you start working on your shooting motion. So coming from a guy speaking from experience, I couldn't wait to show everybody how much I've been working on my jumper, especially around the top of the key. Where does Zakai make NC State pay? At the top of the key. Now, leading up to this game, he's been shooting these same shots. He just wasn't making them. He was shooting them as deep and everything. So he lets you know he's been practicing this because nobody was getting upset. So they've been seeing him make these shots. It started falling in the NC State game. And I can see leading in the conference play with the ball in his hands, as much as he does have it, and as much chaos is caused by Dalton Connect having the ball, he's going to be open on those swing passes. So when the ball is being reversed to try to get it back to the other side after a paint touch, his guy's a little late at closing out. And at the top of the key, that's a long closeout to get back to him. So I can see him honestly leading the balls in scoring. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, the way Josiah-Jordan James playing, I could see him second. Him and Dalton Connect going back and forth in second. But it wouldn't surprise me at all for Zakai to be first team All-SEC, lead Tennessee in scoring, and be second or third in SEC in assists.
Wow. Pretty high ceiling. Ron, lastly, if you're in a Marriott, and so am I, what is your Marriott status?
My Marriott status right now, what am I? I just used it last night. They told me last night. Am I gold?
Well, you may be, but I'm gold elite. I'm just saying.
Well, you know what though, Dave? Because Ron though did something that
you know what?
Ron just had a nice little shameless plug for himself a second ago, because Ron's like, it's very difficult to average 20 points in the SEC, says the guy who averaged 21.2 points his senior year.
Caleb, did you see that? And guess what, Caleb? I just threw that out there to see if anybody would catch it. But let me add to it now. We know how beloved CeeLo is. And CeeLo has his jersey in the Raptors. CeeLo averaged 18.
I mean,
and CeeLo was shooting like 8 to 10 threes a game. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Hey, by the way, Ron, did you see my guy Ja?
I wish I could have been able to shoot 8 to 10 threes a game.
Did you see my guy Ja the other night, Ron? Ja Morant back?
Man, Ja's back. And it's so good to see.
1-0 officially.
Yes, they are. And they look good. They look good doing it, man. But that lets you know what it's like when you have a guy that can make other people better, man. It's so much easier. Like Desmond Bain being able to step out there and shoot. That's why it's important for Dalton Connect moving forward. Everybody's playing you gap defense. They know when you put the ball on the floor more than once or twice, you're not passing it. You're looking to score. They're getting them hands in there and stealing it. If you get in there and take that one dribble and kick and that ball get rotated, boy, people gonna be in trouble. I'm trying to see my
Gold Elite lifetime. Just for the record, Gold Elite lifetime.
But how long you been in it though? That's the problem, Dave.
Like since I was covering you.
See what I'm saying? You're supposed to be you ought to be platinum elite by now, man. Well, correction, I'm silver elite.
That's not bad. It's not bad to be on the second tier at the Olympics. It's not top. It's not top, but it's not bad. I mean, so I don't want you to feel bad about yourself. You'll get there.
Hey, I'm getting my points. I'm getting my points up, man. I only got 23.
Where are you on your points?
I am 34,314.
68,000.
So Ron, where are you? Because there's three other SEC games tonight. So which city are you in right now?
I'm in Charlotte tonight. I'm in studio. I'm in studio tonight breaking down the games, and plus I got something special. Santa Slay will make his first appearance tonight.
Oh, cool. What do you do? So what's Santa Slay? Is it you mean on TV or is this like
on TV? Yeah, I'm in studio on TV.
Oh,
yeah, I got to stay tuned. This ought to be fun tonight. I told them the only way I do this if they play Sleigh Bells Ring.
You know what this is right here for our video viewers? These are crosshairs, and they're on Jay Billis because here comes Ron Slay.
I'm on the way. I'm on the way, Jay.
I love him though. He's one of the best analysts of all time. You're right there, Ron, buddy. Have a fantastic time in Charlotte. I think it's Tryon Street. Don't get in trouble there, like I've been known to do. And we'll get you gold before you know it.
I'm trying. You know what? I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to see is there any way I can boost. I'm trying to figure. Can I pay like $5 to boost and get double points?
Yeah. Or I could just make a phone call.
Wow.
See, this guy Ron needs to be. He needs to be.
Ron, he doesn't even do that for me. He doesn't even do that for me, and I work for him.
But I'll let him use my promo code.
See, that'll get me there.
Yeah.
No, it's a fun place, though. I was
Football Writers Association of America promo codes VIP, and they never check your card, and you get a discount. Not that I said that to everybody.
Caleb gets an extra piece of coal taken out of his stocking for Christmas because he picked up that 21 points a game average right there. Still waiting on there. Everybody was so amazed by Dalton Connect and these 37 points and all this stuff. I'm just saying, 21 through conference play. It didn't go down. It went up.
I called immediately that little sly factoid you threw in there.
Everybody can't do it. I mean, hey, good luck, everybody. If you're trying to. I mean,
world traveling hooker, Smoky Mountain Red says, I guess that makes me a
traveling hooker.
Yeah, that makes me a high dollar escort. Slay, I look forward to seeing you on the TV tonight. Thank you for making the time. You are a great individual.
All right, man. Y'all Merry Christmas to everybody out there, man.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate
Have a good one, Ron.
This is fun. Yeah, I mean, I was platinum for a short time, but then I started traveling less and I lost my platinum status.